guys, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming. Luke here, and I'm back for a second episode really of Pariah Nexus for Kill Team. And we're doing some Ultramarines versus some Necrons, match play, 100 points aside, using the secondary objectives and things like that, and one of the new missions from Pariah Nexus. I'm going to try out the flip side of the board that I did in the first game. If you haven't checked out the first game, the Showcase Battle Report, I did one of the narrative play missions, and that worked out really nicely. It was really good fun to play and try out, but thought today we'd get started on the match play scenarios, because that's mostly what the book's made up of. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but please do make sure you throw a like on the video, guys. Leave those most importantly comments down below, helps push our videos on and things like that. And plus I'd like to talk to you guys down in the comments anyway as to what your thoughts are on Pariah Nexus and the game itself and what you thought of the video. But other than that, make sure you subscribe to the channel for all future Kill Team content and everything Skirmish Gaming. And hit that notification bell so that you know when new content drops. But I'll see you in the video, guys. Enjoy this one. Okay then, the two sides for the match play game today, 100 points apiece. And we'll start down on the right hand side here with the Space Marines, or the Ultramarines. Obviously Ultramarines have their chapter tactic where they can fall back or retreat, and in the same round can still shoot, but have to shoot on sixes, and they're +1 leadership kill team wide, which is nice. So they get a bit of buff on the leadership stat. Down at the front we're going to have the leader. He's going to be an Eliminator Sergeant with a bolt sniper rifle. Looking forward to using him, I haven't used one before. You've got a Combat Assault Intercessor, and he is not going to have a plasma pistol. He's just going to have the standard heavy bolt pistol that they have, and a Astartes chainsword. And the same goes for the other two Assault Intercessors there on the right hand side, but one will be a Zealot and the other one's just standard WYSIWYG. And then to round out the list, we've got two heavy intercessors. One is a Sergeant on the right, who will be my heavy. And that is the Space Marine Ultramarines list. And the Necrons, we have at the front here, we've got a combat Trioc Praetorian. He has a Rod of the Covenant, should be pretty nice, and obviously he is combat, so he's going to get that nice +1 attack. We have 3 Necron Warriors, one of which is going to be a comms, and also they've just got their standard Gauss Flayers, no replacements there, nothing different. And 2 Immortals at the back, one of which will be the leader, one of which will be a Veteran, because that's the only choices I really have for them. Aren't many very good choices for Necrons for specialisms. And they're just going to be both taking the standard Gauss Blasters. And I'm also going to be taking those as Solar Fury. One Mephrit Solar Fury. Want to see how they do in the new edition for Kill Team, and kind of how they do in Pariah Nexus. I went for a more combat-oriented flayed ones list, obviously in the narrative game for the first game we did. So I wanted to see how Necrons do with their bit more of a shooty list. So excited to see how both teams do. Let's get into showing you the table setup and the scenario we're playing for today. Alright then, so the table setup today is as follows. I'm using the flip side of the board to what we used in the first game. I thought, you know what, let's pick a match play mission with the board side that we haven't done yet. If you haven't checked out the first Showcase Battle Report we did, we used the other side of the board and did a more narrative play mission. So today, full on match play. With the secondary objectives, both sides. If you're not aware, Arena did the same thing, and all competitive play Kill Team things are basically the same. So both sides do have a deck. They keep their secondary objectives secret. So we've got 3 for the Ultramarines, the Necrons, sorry, on that side. So I do actually need to switch around the model. So Necron secondary objectives there, Space Marine ones on this side, 3 each. There's multiple you can choose from, but you can't use Recon Sweep in this mission. You can't choose that for some reason. We're going to be playing the match play mission Flush Them Out from the book, and I've turned it around this way so that you guys can see the map and how it should be laid out. So you've got the deployment on either side there, as you can see. So red on this side will be Necrons, we'll put Ultramarines on the other side, since it's a pretty symmetrical map here. As you can see on the map there as well, I've yet to mark out the objective markers, to be honest, but we've got an objective marker here, one here, and one in the middle here, which will be the command node, which is the one where if you control it, you get more command points each turn. after the second battle round. You have Territory B and Territory A here as well. So these dark greened out areas provide you an extra secondary objective you can choose as one of your 3 for this mission that they may have secretly chosen, called Overrun, where if you have a model inside this area here, inside these walls, it's kind of like a cross shape, and a model in this little rectangle here behind this door. If you have a model in each, then you don't have to control them over enemy models, just a model in each. You gain a point at the end of that battle round. So that is a bonus objective you can choose specific to this mission. So we'll wait and see if either the Necrons or the Ultramarines have chosen those. Otherwise though, like I say, it's pretty much just, as always with these games, they're all the same. So you use Supremacy victory conditions for match play. Most match play players will be familiar with these. So it's control 1 or more objective markers, get a point. If you control more objective markers than your opponent, you get another point. And if you 1 or more opponent's models were taken out of action during the battle round, or all of your opponent's models are out of action, then you score a point. And that is pretty vital, by the way, guys, because the game doesn't end after you kill your opponent. If you kill your opponent after battle round 2, you keep playing each battle round with your kill team to acquire more points for the final tally. So that's important to know there. The game doesn't just straight up end if you annihilate your opponent. Also, it's 4 battle rounds, keeps it nice and short with these kind of games. Obviously, it's Pariah Nexus, arena style, close confines game. So there's backs against the wall to get better injury rolls during the fight phase. There's these fire points. There's tons on this side of the map. So you've got the doors. You can't block doors anymore. Barricades, things like that. But other than that, the board is what it is. We're not going to use the terrain kill zone rules for this. The boards don't tend to ever really use those. Let's do a roll off then and see who has to deploy first. So the Ultramarines will go first. They're getting a 7. The Necrons are getting an 11. That's a good start for them. So the Ultramarines have to drop their model first, followed by the Necrons. Necrons on this side, Ultramarines that side. We'll drop stuff in now, and yeah, we'll get to it. All right, deployment is all completio. So I've marked out kind of where the corners are to the rectangle deployments on either side there, as you can see, with some dice. But we have, on the Necron side, the Trioc Praetorian combat. We've got the leader Immortal in the middle there, the comms Necron Warrior, standard Necron Warrior in the middle there, veteran Immortal, and a standard Necron Warrior. On the flip side, we've got a Eliminator Sergeant Leader, we've got a WYSIWYG Assault Intercessor, and we've got a WYSIWYG Heavy Intercessor. Over on the left-hand side here, we have the Heavy Sergeant Intercessor, who, by the way, I don't think I said actually, I gave him an Executioner Bolt Rifle, whereas the Heavy Intercessor over here just has the standard Bolt Rifle, because he is the Sergeant and you don't have to pay extra for it, so... Yep, and he's a Heavy. Assault Intercessor Sergeant, Combat Specialist, and over on the left here you've got the Zealot Assault Intercessor as well, getting ready to flank. So we'll wait and see how this goes. I've put down the objectives now as well across the middle there. The middle one here, I've put the command node on it for now, but when we obviously get close to the objective in the middle there, I'll remove it. It's just there for looks right now. Also, just to point out, guys, I've put the Necrons as the black dice on this side, and we've got Space Marines on this side as the white, and that's their victory points. The orange dice on either side are for their command points. So Necrons for initiative, getting a 9, and we've got the Ultramarines getting a 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure they got that in the last game I did, but it'll be Necrons for initiative, battle round 1. Let's see what they can do here. Alright, so first things first, the Trioc Praetorian, he's got 10 movement and he can move all the way around these pitfalls here without a bother in the world. So he's going to run around 10-inch movement and open the door at the end of his movement because he didn't even have to advance. I'm also going to take this node off now because we're on the objective. He's already got around to that objective and opened the door. The leader here and the comms are quite simply just going to ready. They're quite happy sitting there. Necron Warrior Uno here is going to move 5, top speed, and literally just tuck in just outside, well, he's within an inch of the corner of the wall there, so I'm quite happy with that. Give himself a bit of cover. ready still to shoot later in the round. Immortal is going to move 5, tuck into cover there as well. And the Necron Warrior, yeah, he's actually going to start making moves this way, and he will tuck into the side there. So he'll stay in a little bit of cover, but behind his warrior there, and see if we can pull shots off later. We'll wait and see. All right, we'll start on the left flank here. The Zealot at the back there, the Assault Intercessor, he's going to advance and get over to Objective 2, make up for lost time here. And he's moving 8, which actually won't actually get him onto the objectives. So in the end, I've chosen to advance him straight down the middle there and get onto contestant Objective 1. And then the Combat Sergeant Assault Intercessor will go next, and he's going to try and charge the Trioc Praetorian with a charge move. The Trioc Praetorian can't retreat, but he can overwatch, and he will be. Assault 1 on a 6-up for the Trioc Praetorian. No, does not get it, so he is done with the overwatch. Assault Intercessor Combat needs to try and make his charge move, and will then also need to spend a point to try and jump the pit if he does get the charge he needs. And he gets a 4. That's pretty disappointing. That will not make it whatsoever. Yeah, he's just going to actually make the 4-inch move now in the end and go to the corner of the pit there. And that'll do him nicely, because there's really no point in me spending too many points for that. At the back, we're readying with the Heavy Intercessor Sergeant. The Eliminator Leader Sergeant is going to advance for this round. Let's see what he gets. Another poor advance, but an 8 will do on the Eliminator Sergeant. Let's move him up. That does actually get the Eliminator Sergeant down and around the corner there. He's flank manoeuvring. The Assault Intercessor here, he's a bit far out really for a charge, although a 10-inch charge isn't impossible. I think though he is going to make moves into there, grab some cover, and just get ready to shoot later in the round. He'll just grab the cover for now. And last of all, the Heavy Intercessor, he's just going to also make moves, and he'll get into the cover on that side, ready to shoot later on as well. So Necrons have initiative. They get to choose readied models first. We're going to go with the Leader Immortal. He has his Gauss Blaster. Rapid firing at 15-inch range, half range into the Zealot Assault Intercessor. Try and get him off that objective. Both hits, that's a nice start. Wounding on 3s because of that nice strength. Lovely stuff. Gauss Blaster looking strong already. Minus 2 AP, 1 damage. That's 2 saves for the Zealot. Also, did forget to mention, but I was going to comms him as well, so I'm just going to say that now that I did actually do it. So it would have been on 2s to hit, but he hit anyways. Alright, and the Immortal there goes through. 2 saves on a 5-up will not actually work. I've just remembered their Mephrit, so it's minus 3 AP. So 2 5-up saves actually becomes needing 6-up, so both actually go through there. It's a 1 damage weapon, however he's only got 2 wounds and both went through, so he would go down, but I need an injury roll. 1 damage weapon, so that's 1 dice to do it, and it will be on a 4-up. Doesn't do it. The Necrons are definitely going to spend a command point there, go down to 1, and they'll re-roll that to see if they can take him down on a 4, and they do it this time. Marines will spend their 2 command points to go down to 0, and they will use Death Denied, so he'll take a flesh wound and stand right back up because he's a tough-ass Marine. So the Sergeant at the back there is going to go next. He's readied. For the Ultramarines, he's a heavy, but he didn't move anyway, so he's not too fussed. He wanted to be readied up. He's got his Executor Bolt Rifle. He's going to go into the Trioc Praetorian in the middle. It's going to be half range, and there's no cover for him there, the Trioc, so it's just literally on 3s. Misses. Right, at the moment we're still contesting that objective, so I'm not going to risk the re-roll on that. I'm going to leave it. I'd rather keep 2 command points for the Marines. So we'll just move on. The only other ready model is the Necron Warrior down here, the comms. 2 shots with the Gauss Flare. It's going to be rapid fire. We'll go again for the Zealot, see if we can take him down. This is going to be on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s. And we get 1 wound. It will be minus 2 AP now because of Mephrit Solar, and that's going to be on a 5-up save for the Assault Intercessor. Does make it. Wow, he's actually rolled really good saves, it's just the AP's been a bit too much. Alright, the Necron Immortal here is going to go next. It's their initiative. He only moved. So it's going to be a short range attack into the Assault Intercessor there that moved forwards. He's in cover though. There's going to be 2 shots rapid fire, but it's going to be on 4s because of the cover. So let's see what we can get. Oh, missed both. All right, no hits there from the Immortal. No shots on this side of the table for the Marines, so we'll just go with the heavy Intercessor at the back there with his heavy bolt rifle. That's going to come down here into the Necron Warrior, I think. So this is going to be on 4s. 1 hit. Strength 5 though, toughness 4 for the Warrior, so this is on 3s to wound. Does not wound. Wow, nothing really wounding too well for the Marines yet. We'll go with that Warrior. He's going to shoot back and he's going to go... He's got a sneak peek just down there into the Assault Intercessor, so he's going to shoot him, and that's going to be rapid fire. Cover though, so 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got a wound. -1 goes to -2 AP for Mefrit. That is going to be a 5-up save. Makes it. Last one for the Space Marines now. The Eliminator doesn't have line of sight of anything, so the Assault Intercessor's heavy bolt pistol. It's going to be a single shot, and we'll go down as well into the Necron Warrior in cover, so 4s to hit. No hits. Space Marines ballistic skill just going nuts this round, not so good. The only ones left now are the Necrons. It'll be the Warrior here who has a line of sight there straight down into the Assault Intercessor. So that will still be half range. It's going to be 2 shots for rapid fire on 4s because of cover. 1 hit, wounding on a 4. No wound though. Combat Trioc Praetorian, he's got his Rod of the Covenant. He will try and finish off this Assault Intercessor to grab that objective. So single shot, and it's going to be on a 3. Hits, wounding, strength 5, so 3s to wound. Wounds. That's half range, Mefrit Solar, so it goes to -4 AP instead of -3. That's insane. So no save at all even for the Assault Intercessor. Damage 2, so 2 dice pick the highest, and I only need 3s because the Assault Intercessor is already flesh wounded. Pick the highest. We'll definitely do it on a 6. Down goes the Assault Intercessor. Alright then, so Space Marines not getting the best of luck in the first turn. They couldn't get a single hit roll off, wound roll off in shooting, and they didn't get any charges off, so not too lucky for the Marines. However, the 1 kill for the Necrons and the 1 objective with no others controlling objectives means the Necrons got all 3 supremacy points. They hold at least 1 objective, they control more than their opponent, and they got at least 1 kill this round. Space Marines got no kills, control no objectives. So 0 for the Space Marines, 3 for the Necrons, and then secondaries, 2 revealed for the Necrons, attrition and death from afar. Kill 1 model in the shooting phase, get a victory point. Rod of the Covenant shot to bits the Assault Intercessor for that point, and attrition, slay more models than your opponent that round. The Necrons obviously did that, so they gained a point for that. Their third objective remains secret. Marines have not revealed any of their secondaries yet either. Battle round 2, and it's 5-0 right now for the Necrons. 3 command points for the Necrons, 2 for the Space Marines. Also, actually, sorry, the Necrons gain an additional command point due to holding the command node in the middle. So they actually go up to 4, my bad. Pretty awesome. So we'll do a roll-off for initiative. Necrons are going to get a 10, and the Ultramarines are getting an 8. So the Necrons getting initiative. Everything's going their way at the moment. Straight off the bat here, there's no doubt about it. Trioc Praetorian is going to go straight across into the combat Assault Intercessor. Let's see if he can make it. The Assault Intercessor will just probably here make an Overwatch, so single shot on a 6. Does hit, 5's to wound, no wound. Charge for the Trioc Praetorian, gets a 6, that'll get him in, and he'll stick on his objective there as well, and stay within an inch. At least he should be able to, I'll check that. There we go, he can literally stretch himself so that he's on the objective in the middle still, and within an inch of the Assault Intercessor, so that's his charge complete. The Immortal here is going to just make a 5-inch move, I think. Yeah, I'll get him somewhere into here, just tuck him into the side a bit, and the comms will follow him slightly and just up into the terrain. The Immortal here is going to risk moving into the open to help control that objective, but he ain't moving any further than that. The Necron Warrior here is going to charge straight down into the Assault Intercessor, who is going to overwatch with the heavy bolt pistol on a 6. No 6 this time. So the Necron Warrior with the charge, a 5 will do it, tucks him straight into the side there and gets him into combat. The Necron Warrior will just push down, not onto the objective, but take the place of that other warrior. Over to the Ultramarines, and obviously 2 of them have been charged, which is pretty brutal. We're going to have to wait and see how that goes. Alright, then we're going to go with the Heavy Intercessor, and to be honest, this round for the Ultramarines, it's all on him as to whether they get many points or not this round. So let's see what he can do, guys. He's going to make an advance roll, and he's going to use Sure Footing, which is one of the Pariah Nexus command tactics. He gets to roll 2 dice to advance, pick the highest instead of 1. So let's see if he can get the roll. Oh, he gets a 4. It's probably not good enough in all honesty. Okay, a 9 does get me within 3 of the middle, just so I reveal my objective. But he does need to get in the middle there. You can probably guess what his objective is now. 9 will get him within just about within 3. However, he would need to jump the pit, so he's going to have to spend his second command points, so they're down to 0 remaining. So he's spending all of his points to be able to do this, his team's points. However, it will be worth it for the point if I can keep him alive and get him in the middle there. So it's going to be on a 2-up for Determined Leap to get over this gap, because it's 2-inch gap. Oh, it just about makes it. I was so lucky there. Oh, it could have been so much worse. And that gets him with 9 inches into that gap there, which will make him within 3 of the middle. The Eliminator Sergeant on this side of the board, and he's going to just tuck into the side there. You know what, I'll put him there. He's going to tuck into there. Alright, the Heavy Intercessor is going to target both the Immortal and the Necron Warrior there for a charge. He's just going to get into the thick of it and also lock down the objective. So it's going to be Overwatch for these 2. Since they've moved, they can't react by fleeing. So we'll go with the Immortal, rapid firing on 6s. Nothing. The Necron Warrior, rapid firing on 6s. Nothing. So the Heavy Intercessor gets away with it. He needs minimum of about a 5 to get to at least the Immortal, but if he wants to lock in both, it's about a 7 or an 8. See what we can get. He gets a 6. That should be enough for the Immortal at least. Yep, that gets him enough to get bang in the middle and lock in the Immortal, which is probably the most important one. Let's get, though, into the shooting phase. That's all the movement done. So, into the shooting phase, there are no readied models. So, Necrons get to choose first. I'm going to go with this Necron Warrior down here. He's going to shoot through the combat into the leader Eliminator Sergeant. Obviously would get cover for that, but I'm going to use targeting routines for a command point to ignore the cover. I'm also then going to use Overcharge Disintegration to add an extra AP to the damage, and I'm already getting an additional AP anyway because of the Mephrit Solar. So it's going to be rapid fire on 3s from the Gauss Flare straight over into the leader. And I do miss one and hit with 1. 4 up to wound, strength 4, toughness 4, and misses. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll one, and re-rolling for a 4 up, getting it, and that is now at -3 AP with the Gauss Flare, and the Sergeant will have a 6 up save, doesn't make it, and that is going to go to damage on the Sergeant, and then I'm going to spend a point to shoot again with the Gauss Flare with a command tactic. Also, targeting routines does run out. That doesn't last till the end of the phase. However, I still get an extra AP with Overcharged Disintegration. That does last till the end of the phase. So it's going to be 2 shots again, but on 4s, and then it's still -3 AP. So let's see what we can do here. On 4s, we get a 1 hit again. That's all we need. The Eliminator's down to 1 wound remaining. Strength 4, toughness 4. So 4s. Oh, we don't do it, and we can't re-roll this round again with a command points. The Eliminator Sergeant will go next. One thing I forgot, by the way, guys, he also has a camo cloak, so when the Necron Warrior shot, it would have been an additional -1 to his shooting. However, he rolled a 4 to hit anyway when he caused the wound, so that's fine. Onto the Eliminator Sergeant, then he'll shoot back into the Necron Warrior, and he's going to use, he moved, and he's got a heavy weapon, so it would be -1 for that. He's also shooting through cover, but he's going to use his Bolt Sniper Rifle, and he's going to use the Executioner round because he adds 1 to hit rolls, which ignores the heavy movement, and adds an additional 1 to the hit roll if the target is obscured. So he's basically just back to 3s. It's a single shot, 3 up against the Necron Warrior, Gets the hit. Wounding is going to be strength 5, I believe. Yep, so 3s. And gets the wound. Minus 1 AP for the Necron Warrior. He would be on a 4-up, which goes to a 5-up for the minus AP, so he will take the damage there. It's also a 1 damage weapon. The Necron Warrior is within an inch of the wall left cover though, so this is going to be hard to take him down. Literally on a roll of a 5, he goes down. Anything lower than that, it's a flesh wound. On a 6, he reanimates, which is the worst thing. So see what we can roll here. And it's a 6, it's the worst thing you could roll for a Necron, so he reanimates and doesn't even get flesh wounded. Over on this side, the Necron Immortal leader is going to be comms by the comms specialist and shoot into the heavy Intercessor Sergeant. This is going to be 2 shots rapid fire on 2s now and gets both hits. Wounding, it's going to be strength 5, toughness 5 though for heavy Intercessor, so 4s, and that's only 1 wound. Minus 2 AP goes to minus 3 AP though for the Mefrit Solar, so that's going to be on 6-up save. Oh, doesn't quite make it the heavy Intercessor, but it's only 1 damage, so he goes down to 2 wounds remaining. Gauss Flare will get to go next, 2 shots rapid fire, same sort of thing there really. On 3s though, and completely flunks it. We'll go straight into the fight phase now. That's all the shooting, everything else charged or got charged. Alright then, we might as well go straight up for the Trioc Praetorian here. He's going to go first. He got 4 attacks for being combat specialist, and he's hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, strength 5. Let's go for it. And hits with 3, wounds on 3s. Oh, only the 1 wound, okay. However, that's all he possibly needed. It's minus 3 AP, which means a 6-up save now for the Sergeant Assault Intercessor, and he's only got 2 wounds, it's 2 damage, so he needs to make a 6-up here for sure. Oh, didn't do it, and there's no command points for them to do anything about it anyway, and it's 2 dice, 2 damage there, goes straight through his armor. On a 4-up on one of these, he goes down, and he does. That's another one bites the dust. Absolutely brutal from the Necron so far this game. Let's see then what the heavy Intercessor can do, because he did make a charge into the Veteran Immortal. On 3s, 1 hit. However, he's only strength 4, the Immortal's toughness 5, so it's a 5 to wound. Doesn't get the wound. The Necron Warrior that charged up here into the Assault Intercessor, 1 attack on a 3-up. Hits, wounding on a 4, and doesn't wound. Also forgot to mention the Trioc Praetorian is going to turn around, but he's not going to consolidate. He'd rather wait to maybe pull off a charge next turn. Immortal down here and the Assault Intercessor up top, so the Immortal will go first because Necrons have initiative. That's going to be... Immortals are way better all round now, they're pretty cool. 2 attacks in combat as well, so 3s to hit. Didn't hit though, okay, so I bigged him up and he just couldn't take it. Astartes Chainsword with the Assault Intercessor gives him 3 attacks. It's going to be strength 4, so wounding on 4s. So 3s to hits, 2 hits, wounding on 4s, and they needed a wound there. And the Necron Warrior, it's going to be minus 1 AP, 5-up save now. Does not make it though. That's 1 injury roll to be made against the Necron Warrior. No cover there though, it's just going to be straight up with a 4-up to take him down, but a 6 will reanimate him again. No rerolls for the Space Marines, remember? No, but they will flesh wound him. Also, apologies, I did mean to actually pile in the Assault Intercessor. I was meaning to do that all along. So he is going to pile in round the back and stay as close as he was before to the Warrior. Just makes sense, gets him onto the objective. Also, no morale needed, by the way. Everything's good enough on the battlefield at the moment, and too high a leadership to care. So at the end of battle round 2, the Space Marines have turned the tables a little bit with points being scored this round. They control objective 3, they control objective 1. Nobody's on 2 still there, which is unfortunate, but it seems to be a bit out the way right now. So they have more than their opponent, and they have at least 1. That's 2 points to them. And they also revealed their first secondary objective, domination. That's why the heavy Intercessor ran towards the middle. He's just about within 3 of the middle, and so I get a point for that. I have more models within 3 of the middle than my opponent does. For the Necrons, they scored a point for a kill this round for supremacy, and they scored attrition for a second time for another point, which was kill more models, enemy models, than friendly models died. So death from afar did not work out this time. It was in the fight phase that they got the kill. Their third secondary still remains secret, and they got 7 victory points. Command points going into the third round before the final one. Space Marines control the command node way in the middle, which means they gain an extra command point. Both sides have their leaders alive, so 3 command points to Space Marines this round, and Necrons are only up to 2, so maybe that'll help the Space Marines a bit this round. They need it. The Necrons here, what they're going to get? They're getting a 5. Ultramarines could really do with this. They get a 6. They just about pull it off. Alright, so tough decisions as to what I'm going to do with the Ultramarines this round, and I've had to come to a conclusion here. So, what I'm going to do, the Assault Intercessor is going to fall back with a 6-inch move, and that's going to get him into there. And he's going to open that door. You can do it after falling back. And he'll get himself into some cover there, and he's opened the door, and he can also then shoot at the Necron Warrior there. The Heavy Intercessor Sergeant over here, he's just going to make moves, and he's going to open the door there, and more or less just get within 2 inches of both objectives. And there we go, he's got a nice big enough base there to be able to hit both objectives, and not quite be in combat either with the Trioc Praetorian. He's risking getting charged, but I've got death denied on the cards this round. Heavy Intercessor, who is probably just going to stay put. He'll let the Immortal decide what he wants to do. Last of all, over here, we're going to ready with the Eliminator Sergeant, and that will do the Ultramarines. We'll go on to the Necrons, see what they want to do. The Warrior here is stuck. He can still shoot this round, but he was engaged at the beginning of the movement phase. In fact, the Trioc Praetorian makes sense for him to do it first, so we'll do him. The Heavy Intercessor Sergeant will overwatch with the his Executioner Bolt Rifle on a 6. No hits. And charge for the Trioc Praetorian. Easily getting in, we kind of expected that there, I guess. Getting in, happy just to sit there as well. And then the Immortal will charge him as well. A 9 will easily get him forwards and in. The Necron Warrior will do the same and push forwards with a charge and get on that objective as well. So ideally, they want to try and hold this objective. The Necron Warrior is going to throw his body on the line and charge the Heavy Intercessor and the Sergeant there. The Sergeant will probably just overwatch. I'm going to overwatch with the Sergeant, and I'm also going to use point blank overwatch and go down to 2 command points remaining, which means that I can wait until the Necron Warrior gets within an inch of me, and then I can overwatch as if it was normal overwatch. Just means that he won't have any cover from it, essentially. So, see if he makes the charge. He will. Expected him to probably do that, and he manages to charge both as well, which is handy. But he's mostly just covering his flesh-wounded compatriot over here from being shot at later in the round. So, however, the Sergeant will get to overwatch now. He'll use his Hyperfang round, I think it is, for his Sniper Bolt Rifle. So, it's going to be D3 shots, heavy, for 2. Hitting on 6s, though. Oh, doesn't quite do it. Alright, well, the Ultramarines have initiative, and the only shooting to actually really do, the Necron Warrior can shoot, but the Ultramarines choose first, so I'm going to go with the Assault Intercessor. He fell back, but he's an Ultramarine, so he can still shoot his heavy bolt pistol. Single shot on a 6-up, though, because it's Ultramarine. Nothing. The Necron Warrior can rapid fire, and he will obviously shoot at the Assault Intercessor. It's going to be cover, so 4s, 5s because of the flesh wound. Hits with 1. Wounding on a 4. No wound. The only one left is a bolt pistol with the Heavy Intercessor into the Immortal on a 3. Nothing there though, so that's all the shooting. It is straight into the fight phase. There were many charges this round. Let's go with the Trioc Praetorian first then, after charging. He's combat Trioc Praetorian, so he gets 4 attacks instead of 3 on 3s into the Heavy Intercessor, and then he's got Strength 5, Toughness 5 though, so 4s, only 1 wound. 6-up save though, and doesn't make it. It's a 2 damage weapon, so he goes down to 0. Injury roll of a 4-up, let's see what he can do, and it's 2 dice, pick the highest. Oh, doesn't get it. They're going to have to re-roll that, I think. They'll go down to a point remaining, re-roll the injury roll for a 4-up, and this time it works. So Space Marines forced to go down to 0 CP, and they will take a flesh wound instead of dying on the Heavy Intercessor Sergeant. The Immortal with 2 attacks now against the Heavy Intercessor, who's flesh wounded now as well, so it might make it a bit easier to take him out if we can get something through. But there's no AP on these. So the Immortal on 3s, hits 1, fails 1, and wounding on a 5 now though. Only strength 4, but toughness 4. So does wound. 3-up save though for the Heavy Intercessor, makes the save luckily. Necron Warrior with a single attack on a 3, wounding on a 5, and no wound this time. I might as well finish that combat over there and we'll just attack back with the Heavy Intercessor Sergeant. Heavy Intercessor Sergeant has 3 attacks. He's going to go into the Necron Warrior. He's the easy pick of the bunch. He's transhuman, so ignores the flesh wound for hit roll minuses. 3 hits on 3s, strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s to wound. Oh, 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves for the Necron Warrior. Oh, makes them, oh my life. And the Necrons really are just taking a massive dump on the Marines now, really, this game. It's looking really like a real tough time for them, but we'll see what happens over this side of the map. We do have a charging Necron Warrior into the Eliminator Sergeant with a single attack on a 3. Hits, wounds though on a 4. Does not wound. On to non-charging models. Ultramarines have initiative. So the Heavy Intercessor here will attack first into the Immortal. 2 attacks on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 5s though. And no wounds. The Immortal might as well attack back with 2 attacks on 3s. Wounds on 5s, no wounds. The Eliminator Sergeant has 3 attacks back into the Necron Warrior on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on, this is going to be on 4s. No wounds. Okay, just an ineffective combat everywhere except for on the left. The Heavy Intercessor survived though on a flesh wound. Tight round, very tight round. Alright, so at the end of that battle round, ironically, it's actually quite boring for scores. The Necrons go up a point, the Ultramarines go up a point to keep it simple. No secondary objectives scored this round, there were no kills, which kind of etched things over really. This objective is now contested. Everything's based on wounds characteristic now, guys, not models. I got that wrong in the first game we played. The Heavy Intercessor's 3 wounds. These 3 Necron models here are on the objective. There were 3 wounds combined. So that's contested, no points there. The 3 Necrons here are worth 4 wounds over the Heavy Intercessor's 3. So they control the middle objective with the command node on it. But the Heavy Intercessor is the only one within 2 inches of objective 2, so controls that. So basically both sides control an objective each, no one controls more than the other, and there were no kills. So, and once again, domination not scored here yet. The Assault Intercessor's on his way to that for the Ultramarines, so no scoring there for them with that. Okay, the Necrons getting an 11, the Ultramarines getting a 9, so still a good roll, but the Necrons with initiative for battle round 4 here, final battle round. Let's go over this side with the Necrons first. This Necron Warrior is going to fall back from the Heavy Intercessor. He's going to stay within 3 of the middle to contest that for their domination. And he's also going to help hold down objective 1 still on the command node there. That will do him nicely. The other 2 will probably just stick in combat there. It just makes sense for them. There's really no point in me falling back with them this round. The Necron Warrior here. So we're going to charge the Heavy Intercessor, see what we get out of that. We easily get in. So I'll just tuck him into there, get him on the objective. That'll do me for now there. It means he can't fall back this round if he wanted to either. Necron Warrior will stick where he is there against the Eliminator Sergeant. Onto the Ultramarines. The Eliminator Sergeant is just going to stick in combat. That's where he wants to be. He's happy sitting there right now. The Assault Intercessor is going to try and charge the Necron Warrior here. And that's going to be 10. That'll get him in. Alright, and he gets in there. No reaction there for the Necron Warrior. He's already moved this round. The Heavy Intercessor over here, he is actually going to fall back because then he won't get hurt by anything and they're not going to be able to shoot anything now either. So he's falling back, holding down that objective 2. We're giving up the middle objective, but he ain't going to be able to hold that down now anyway. So best off that he doesn't die. The only shooting on the battlefield is going to be from the Eliminator Sergeant. The Heavy Intercessor got charged. Necrons have no pistols. So Eliminator Sergeant has a bolt pistol into the Necron Warrior on a 3-up. Hits, wounding on a 4. Doesn't wound. Necrons have initiative in the fight phase here. Let's see what they do. Let's go then with the Necron Warrior. He's got a single attack into the Heavy Intercessor on a 5 because on a 4-up because he's flesh wounded. Hits, wounding on a 5 though. and gets the wound, it's a 3-up save for the Heavy Intercessor, who makes it easily. I don't think any of my Space Marines are going to die now, so I'm just going to spend a command point here, go down to 1, and they're going to use Angels of Death to add 1 attack to the Assault Intercessor's attacks here. He's on 4 now, and he's hitting on 3s into the Necron Warrior. Oh, only 2 hits, so good job I did add an attack in there, and wounding is going to be on 4s. No wounds, pretty poor. We're going to re-roll it, because I kind of need to, so I'm going to re-roll that, and we'll go down to 0, re-roll a single attack for a 4-up. We don't get it. Okay, it's not been their game, has it, the Space Marines, but Necron Warrior survives. He might as well attack back on a 3, and then on a 4, he gets the hit and the wound with a single attack. 3-up save for the Assault Intercessor, makes it. I was just waiting for him to go down there, that would have been funny. Necron Warrior can fight first here for first choice their initiative against the Eliminator Sergeant on a 3-up, and then a 4-up, no wound. Eliminator Sergeant might as well attack back. 3 attacks here is going to be on 3s, and easily gets it, wounding on 4s, 1 wound. 4-up save for the Necron Warrior, makes it. The Immortal here might as well attack into the Heavy Intercessor. 2 attacks on 3s, hits, wounding on 5s though. 1 wound, 3-up save for the Heavy Intercessor. Does not make it, but he's quite happy to take the wound. He's got 3 wounds anyway, so he's down to 2. The Heavy Intercessor might as well attack the Necron Warrior to see if he can finish him off and help control this objective. This is going to be on 3s, 1 hit, wounding on a 4. We get it, and this is a 4-up save for the Necron Warrior. Doesn't make it. He'll re-roll it. The Necrons have quite a few points here, so he might as well re-roll it on a 4-up. Makes it worth the spend. Alright, so at the end of Battle Round 4 and the end of the game, points scored. Both sides scored 2 points. Primary objectives, they both hold an objective each. This one's contested again. Necrons hold objective 1. Space Marines control objective 2, just about. And of course also secondary objectives. No domination for Space Marines. They did not quite control the middle objective. Their second objective was overrun. It's the special one for this mission. I wanted one side to try it out. It really actually was much harder than I thought. You had to have a whole model within that territory there and this one in the middle. I made a mistake early on by not moving the Intercessor into the door to open it early on. I actually moved him into cover here. So that was one area early on, otherwise I would have had somebody in the middle sooner than later. That's probably one error I made with the Space Marines. However, they did get a point for overrun this round. They have 1 in each territory, so they got the first point for that. Their third objective was cut apart, kill a model in the fight phase. With the Assault Intercessors in there against the Necron Warriors, I figured we might get a kill in the fight phase, but the Necrons were just so strong, reanimating all game. On the Necron side of things, they scored a point in the end for area secured. That was their third objective. At the end of the battle, score a victory point for each objective you control on the battlefield. They controlled 1, so they got a point. Nothing for any of their others. Their other 2 secondary objectives are kill based. There were only 2 kills in the whole game, which was those 2 Marines there. Madness, real tough game for both sides. 10-6 to the Necrons in the end. Really cool game. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. There will be more match play to come, and I'll probably try out some different factions next time in Pariah Nexus to mix things up a bit, so make sure to subscribe for that. Throw a like on the video, and please do leave comments down below. It really helps push on the videos, and I love to get chatting to you guys anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are. Necron's as strong as ever. But until next time, guys, happy skirmishing. Hey there guys, thanks for watching the video. Please do throw a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when any new content drops. We do 1 battle report a week covering various skirmish games. There's also Patreon if you wish to support me and the channel, and we are trying to reach our first funding target, allowing me to go part-time and make more weekly scheduled content. You can go and sign up and show your support in the link in the description below, just like the awesome people to the left of me. And until next time guys, enjoy and happy skirmishing.